I think it's hard to make a cool co-op experience that keeps its flavor all the way through. Games like Left 4 Dead and Deep Rock Galactic can keep groups of players coming back over and over. And Serious Sam is one of those games where it's always a good time when you get a bunch of homies together to fire up a lobby and plow through a buttload of aliens. And after you finish up the first and second encounter, you kinda end up wanting more of that sweet, sweet serotonin. Well, fortunately, 3 years later, Crow Team would release Serious Sam 2. And, well, okay, Serious Sam 1 is a fun game. Serious Sam 2 is a funny game. At its core, it's got that same feeling of run and gun with the cool weapons and hordes of enemies. There's even vehicular combat, which mixes up some encounters. But under the hood, there's so much about this game that instantly triggers red flags. Iconic enemies are redesigned to be more cartoony and goofy. 2 is the only game in the series that would use the engine that was developed for it, and the game was supposed to release in 2004 but would get delayed twice until 2005. And while I think it wouldn't be fair to expect a flawless game with the dev time Crow Team had, we got something I don't think anyone really expected, in nearly all aspects. There's this weird plot going on where aliens summon Sam and tell him he's gotta get all the pieces of this legendary medallion by going to different planets with questionable racial depictions in the form of different species so he can stop Mental's invasions. The humor is just strange.
Chinese! I love Chinese! I never could eat a whole one though.
Playing through the game is still fun, don't get me wrong, though it's hard to talk about that without mentioning how off some of the weapons feel. You got your usual spread of cool and interesting weapons, and mainstays like the minigun and rocket launcher feel great, but some like the double shotgun just feel way more flaccid compared to its other versions. You can dual wield, but it's gotta be ticked as an option when starting the game. It still ends up being fun though, with all the weird weapons there are this time. Like I said, there's a lot of crazy stuff in this game. Even the sound design is something else. There's nothing like getting enough points for an extra life and just hearing extra life every couple minutes without fail. Nearly every character's voice is a mix of voice filters and fake accents.
Kwongo take medallion away. But Kwongo no come here again. Shaman must call Kwongo.
This game is weird, dude. In not a funny European game kind of way. It's me and my friends throw parrots with bombs strapped to them at a giant sumo wrestler who's the prince of the Chinese planet kind of way. It's the kind of video game you'd see in the background of a TV show or something. It's awesome. Compared to its FPS contemporaries, it's hard not to see that Serious Sam 2 might have gotten brushed aside over time compared to stuff like the original F.E.A.R. But it's also not as looked down upon and on the sidelines as something like, I don't know, Geist, I guess. I think the best way to actually enjoy this game is with a bunch of friends. Even if the story cutscenes are automatically skipped when playing multiplayer and we had to watch it through a Discord screen share between the levels, I don't think there was a single one where we weren't laughing our butts off or staring with mouths agape at what was going on.
It's all about the
I think the Crow Team headquarters were popping.
I feel like I'm gonna get fucking arrested looking at this.
I am gonna go to hell, dude. While eventually there would be a number of weird spin-offs and sequels for the series, 2 has that right amount of seasoning and flavor that I think keeps it preserved. Something about all that strange stuff combining together ends up making for an insane couple hours of fun, with loads of unexpected surprises that you have a hard time forgetting. It really is Serious Sam, the goofy encounter. You can tell there's a lot of love put into this game with all the stuff they tried to cram in. Like a content editor that lets you create and modify anything from animations, levels, destruction physics, or even making your own cutscenes. The game is without a doubt a good time. And I don't want to tell you every crazy little thing because it's that type of experience where you grab your buds, a couple drinks, and a pizza and laugh at all the stupid stuff going on. Because if you're going through hell, you might as well bring some homies to back you up. Trust me, you're gonna need it.